last time I was in a room with so many smart people who had so much conviction in their words was not actually in IIT but in a political party meeting. And I'm actually intimidated to face this kind of an audience where everyone is so, they're talking tech, these are the things which have become Greek Latin to me. But anyway, have to keep it short. So I hope most of you have heard of the viral fever. And anyone who has not seen the viral fever? Okay, I think, yeah, there are some. So it started with a very small, foolish reason. I used to meet people and they used to tell me, let's make some good content, viral video banao. I used to tell them कि viral बनाया नहीं जाता हो जाता है. It's pretty much like love. वो प्यार किया नहीं जाता हो जाता है वैसा ही है. You can't really, sort of cook it. And nobody used to believe that time. And I was a media vagabond trying to create music videos, trying to do film scripts, trying to create TV shows on my own way. And nobody really appreciated it that. I call it a small term called creative feudalism. So, there are these feudal lords in every industry. And when you go to creative industry, I mean, there are 40 people in films who will decide what will be made. There are 20 people in television who will decide what will be made. And there are 50 people in advertising who will decide what will be made. So I said, ki, if you want to convince these feudal lords, it will take you around half a decade or a decade. So you might as well start doing something on your own. And that's how I started the Viral Fever Media Labs back in 2009-10. And started with a spirit of lights, camera experiment, started experimenting with content, making videos. And after 1.5 years of work, we had little bit money. And we were all fans of shows like Friends and Seinfeld and everything. And I thought, let's make a good TV show. So we approached one of the coolest channel in the country, MTV. And they said, "Arey, wow, this is such a lovely show. Okay, let's make it." So I was very happy. I said, okay, they're going to make it now. So I said, so who are the production house and who are the, we started putting together the team. They said, don't worry, we've got these 2 directors. They have done 4,000 episodes of horror and Sasbo. They are the best people and they're going to make your show. I said, are you kidding me? I mean, are you sure these guys will be able to do justice to my show? Well, don't worry. I mean, you just write and focus on your thing. It took 6 to 8 months of our life and we made the shittiest pilot that ever is. The show was called Engineer's Diary and it was very close to my heart. I thought, we'll tell the life of engineering student, first year, second year. Show didn't happen and then these guys called me again. They said, ki, Aruna, I think you were right. We should have made it your way. So, why don't you pitch us another show? I was like, okay, this time pitch a smaller show. So at midnight, I thought of this idea called Cuteyapa, which is cuteness. Sandhi Vichhed karenge, to cuteness plus a very popular word in India, which has been replaced by chutzpah, thanks to Heather. And so I believe that there's a lot of charm in the insanity that India is. It's a very funny country without a sense of humor. So we coined this term, we made a pilot, we presented it to them. And this time we only made it. I sat together with my team and gave it to them. So they have a research team. So these people do a lot of research, the creative and media and entertainment industry. So after their research, they came back to me and said, ki, Arunab, we can't make this show, this is too intelligent, this is too evolved. I said, what do you mean? It's like saying I can't buy this phone because this is too smart. I can't buy this t-shirt because this is too good. It doesn't make sense. What are you saying? So he said, no, see, the Indian youth is not ready for this kind of, product. They're not ready. Saying, it's like a beautiful girl comes to you and you say, no, you are too beautiful. I don't think I don't think your proposal counts. Although if it happens to an engineer, she might be doing a prank and it might be right. So he can say that you're too beautiful for me. I think you're doing a prank. So I said, fine, let's please stick to your research and we'll stick to ours. And I thought of starting an online television. And I swear to God, if I had the money, if my father was rich, I would have started my own TV channel. But since we didn't have, so we settled for an online TV, $999, hosting and server, everything put together. And we launched the viralfever.com and put together, since we didn't have enough money for video servers and everything, so we put it on YouTube. And that's how YouTube came into play. It was the cheapest cable operating system for the Viral Fever. And then we started putting all the rejected TV shows on that. The first was launched on 21st Feb 2012, Rowdies. And it became one of, in 5 days, it got 1 million views. Thanks to audiences like you and people, the Indian youth. And they loved the show. And my research was validated. And finally, it was settled that, okay, people do want to watch the kind of stuff that we want to create. Thankfully, there was no copyright issue. So the Roadies is a property owned by the same channel who I was trying to challenge. I think in copyrights, I think the best strategy was Shah Jahan. I think he had the best strategy for IPR. So once you create something, put together your hands, cut the hands. I think, I mean, so nothing like that happened with MTV. Since then, we have launched, I think, around 100 shows. The last one was with one of the biggest stars in the country. And what I learned in the small, I think it's 4 to 5 years of journey with the Viral Fever was, I believed in something and I just tried to do it. So there's no mystification, there is no glory. I was told that, we have to share the secret of how the source of virality. I mean, there is nothing, it's very fundamental. A lot of you people are trying to do some small stuff with the social media and everything. I think as content creators, our country really sucks and we are very bad at it. So somehow we are pretty old-fashioned when it comes to running companies. My philosophy is very sort of Richard Branson, if I may say so, without sounding immodest. As we don't consider exit as an option. So we are 30 people today in our office, and none of us ever want to exit TVF. So we want to work there. We want to keep continuing making shows, and we want to die in TVF.